Hey guys, RC here, back with another Skyrim mod review. Again, we are doing these mod reviews as part of a um, mod event contest called the Mod in the Modders Conclave for an event to review any mods that we like, and it's basically to try to bring uh, mods to the forefront that we like, maybe open mods to some new people. And so I've put up two recently, and the one I'm going to look at today is called Alternative or Alternate Start, Live Another Life. Um, Anybody that's played Skyrim knows very well the beginning scene where you have been captured crossing the border. You're on the wagon with the storm cloaks, and hopefully there's no spoiler alerts here after all these years. But and you arrive into Helgen and face the headsman's axe, and Alduin comes and you know springs you basically, and that's where you start. Well, after about the first 5, maybe 10 times you've played the game, that gets kind of old, to be going through the same thing over and over again. So Live Another Life completely changes the beginning of the game. Arth Moore is the person that made this back in 2012, and he has ported it over to for special editions, so it does work for both versions of Skyrim. And let's take a look at how it works. Let's get into Skyrim, and we're going to start a new game. And when you have the mod installed, it automatically defaults to this particular um, mod. So we automatically start. You can see it's different. We're already in the character select screen, and we're in this dungeon area. I do have a few more builds that I have to play test, so just for convenience sake, I'm going to go ahead and pre-start one of these as my next character. And yeah, we'll go there, and her name will be Atma. All right, now I've got a few mods in the upper left that are loading in, and we already have a quest. So let's take a look at this new quest that we have. And this is your first quest of the game. And it's called a second chance, and it gives you a background. Very similar to a lot of the Elder Scroll games where for some reason you're starting off in a dungeon. Guards have run off. It sounds like there's moans coming from upstairs. I'm out of food and I'm starving. Oh, wait, there's a statue of Mara that wasn't here before. And use the Mara statue to choose a new life. So, you can see there's nothing here. There is an option to just escape this cell, and it will pop some lockpicks in there for you at that point. But let's click on Mara and see what happens. Well, so here we go. We have this. I'm going to scroll through here, and you can see. Okay, so here's part of the list that you can see the various things that you can do. They do give you the vanilla start if you want to do that, but what this really lets you do if you're playing a particular type character or you have a certain goal of where you want to be at the beginning of the game, this actually lets you do that pretty easily. Um, for example, one of my first build I ever did was called the Wizard's Thrall, and I got the name basically from right here. And you start off in a uh, locked, as a slave or a servant for a necromancer out in some cave somewhere. But you can start off at a local inn, and then it lets you choose which town you want to be in. A member of a guild if you want to go to be in a particular. So you'll actually start at the College of Winterhold. You'll start in Riften in the Thieves Guild, already downstairs. In the army, so you'd probably start in Solitude. Um, Escape this cell. As I said, you'll actually get some lock picks here in this base right here that are not there right now, and then you can pick the lock and wander out right here. A Vigilant of Stendar. So if you're doing a vampire hunter type build, that may be something you want to do. And then you can actually start as a vampire or a necromancer, attacked and left for dead. So then you're like a hunter out in the wilderness, and you're just left in a camp that was ransacked. The Alakir, and then surprise me. Okay, so a lot of different options. With this one, I am going to just kind of start off as a member of a guild. And because I'm a mage in this particular build that I'm going to play through, I want to start at the College of Winterhold. And every response from Mara is specific to whatever you choose. At this point, you come up to the bed. We'll take a look. We've advanced in the quest, and we'll go ahead and go to sleep. And it will teleport us to the College of Winterhold, and now the game officially begins. Now, at this point, you actually have the same goal, so to speak, from okay, here we go. There, I'm just waiting for all the quests to load in now. All right, so now if we take a look, so we finished the first quest, and now we have living. Well, first lessons is now this College of Winterhold quest, but I want to point out live another life. That's the name of the mod, and it says begin your new life. So this actually changes the description of it based on your starting choice. Okay, now we chose the college, so the folks back home were right. The college is taking on new apprentices. Uh, you were evidently part of the synod at some point. And it says begin your new life. Now, what you have to do at some point is you are going to want to come down to Helgen. Okay, Helgen's on the map, and you're going to want to get to Helgen. And well, I tell you what, let's go ahead and do that. Now, just like when you first arrive coming up the stairs from meeting with Feralda, these new other apprentices are just arriving. Well, I'm not going to actually run all the way to Helgen, but basically what you do at this point is you venture to Helgen, and you don't have to do it first. That's the freedom. You can do whatever you want. Now I can immediately start in the College of Winterhold quests and do Sarthal and all of that stuff. But eventually, to finish this particular quest and start the main quest, you'll want to get to Helgen. When you arrive at the gates, you will actually see Alduin fly out of the town and leave the town burning, and you will be given a quest marker inside the walls of Helgen. You'll go inside, there will be a burned corpse, and when you click on the corpse, you get a journal. And when you read the journal, it tells you to check out a nearby cave, and that cave is where you originally exited Helgen with either Hadvar on the uh, Empire side, or Radvar, I think that's his name, Radvar, on the Stormcloak side. And it's the same exact thing. You go into that cave, you see both of them laying on the ground, and you're able to choose which one you want to give a healing potion to. There is healing potions. You have to fight some spiders to get those in the next room over. The same room you fight the spiders coming through in the vanilla start, but there's 2 healing potions, but you can only give it to one person. When you give it to one, there's a rock fall, it kills the other person, and at that point you're prompted to exit the cave, and that's the exit scene that the vanilla version has, and that's when, say, if you're with Hadvar, he says, my uncle's the blacksmith in Riverwood, and you follow him up to Riverwood, and basically that's where you kind of start that whole quest. Then it prompts you to go talk to the Jarl in Whiterun, and that prompts you to go down to Bleak Falls Barrow and get the Dragon Stone, and then fight the dragon at the Western Watchtower, and that gets the whole ball rolling. So again, what's really great about this is the ability to customize your own start and basically get to wherever you want to be that makes sense for your character, if you have a certain idea. Um, if we take a look at his thing here, um, featured on gems, and again, what it really does is, just set all of those uh, in place. It installs perfectly with Nexus Mod Manager on both Vanilla and Special Edition. It works on both versions of the game. I just like it because it gives you all of those options to start where you want to start at, wherever that may be. And like I said, you come into the statue, you pick your start. If you want to start at a local inn, then it gives you a list of inns pretty much in every town. So you could start in Whiterun, you could start in Markarth, you could start in Solitude. Just so many options, and it makes each playthrough unique because it actually fits with what your idea for your character is. So again, thanks to Arthmore for putting this together. Already having it updated on October 26th for special edition, and this is just one of those mods that really changes that beginning of the game. Not immensely, there's no fundamental changes, but just the fact that you can tweak it and play something that actually makes sense. Because to say that every single character in the world of Skyrim gets arrested and almost executed doesn't really make a lot of sense, from a logistics standpoint. So I find that unrealistic, and this fixes that issue and makes it really, really unique for each character. And usually if you go in and you're designing a character, you kind of have an idea of what you want him to be, where you want him to go, what his role is in Skyrim, and this allows you to actually customize that to a certain extent. And especially things like starting as a vampire and not having to go deal with getting bitten and catching sanguine disease and waiting the 3 days and everything else. Just really makes it a lot easier to get into the flow of the game right from the start. So definitely a mod that I recommend, a mod that I've never played the vanilla start ever since I got it, because I had probably played it 15 or 20 times through the start before I got the mod. So definitely one to check out, one of my highest rated mods. And in fact, I have not endorsed it on. Oh, well, I already have it. Oh well. I must have. Oh, you know what? When I it copied over automatically for some reason. Well, we'll endorse it from that site and add to it. So 1.5 million, 4.4 million downloads on vanilla, and then another 325,000 on special edition. So very popular mod, and one that I highly recommend that you guys check out if it's not one that's already in your arsenal. Thanks for checking out this mod review video, and we'll see you next time.